Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place.
Now check it out.
I have wept and I have fallen. Don't you worry about me. 'Cause I stood up, yes, I have grown. The pain has set me free. And like a broken record in my head.
Welcome back to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
I get enough of you. Bright sneakers on, getting ready for a flashback. Time keeps moving on, looking at you, feeling like I could never get enough of you. And I could never get enough of you. I could never get enough of you.
I don't want them, no, get them all off me. Say down for hell, she'll cause a scene. 4 cars deep, we'll come through on a late night. Chicken spot, wings and fries, we call that a day night. Lights on, so out, I don't have no stage fright. Knew that I was built for this forever, ever, ever.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
We ride bands, 10 times 10, all my friends, it's for real.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. So listen responsibly.
It's the best of the best. It's the one and only DJ Ice, Louisville's coldest DJ.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Conscious Fever here on Ice Entertainment Television and Conscious Fever Radio. Caught me drinking some red wine tonight. I'm not really a red wine drinker. But I decided to do this because I noticed that Kevin Samuels does this. Tonight, we've got an interesting show tonight. Very interesting show. I'm going to talk about something. Hopefully I can spark some debate. We're not going to talk about all the negative stuff. For instance, the killings in Texas and all of that. But one of the things that we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels. Many of you all may know that he passed away on Cinco de Mayo Day. Okay, he passed away on May 5th, 2022. People have guesstimated his age. Obviously, he was 56 years old, if you do the math there. But a very, very interesting individual. And either you loved him or you hated him, right? And that's really just the bottom line when we talk about Kevin Samuels. Most people would argue that he degraded black women. Some black women said that he saved their marriage. And apparently, however, he was a hero. He was a hero for many, let me see if I can get this right here. A hero for many, I'm going to go public, y'all, if that's okay. Yep. Change the audience. He was a hero to many men, not just black men, many men. because of some of the things he said. So some people agreed with him, some people didn't agree with him, but I'm going to play some clips for y'all tonight. And I want y'all to participate, because I think you can tonight, in our Comment Central section that we have tonight. So it gives you the opportunity to comment, and then we can post your comments just like we've done many, many times before. Hopefully I am coming through very clearly. I got everything just sort of spazzed out here tonight. Well, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. It's warm down here in Kentucky. Let me tell you one of the reasons I'm talking about Kevin Samuels tonight, because I heard probably about, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, maybe the beginning part of 2021, when we were going through what we were going through with my mother. And I remember somebody mentioning his name to me. I was not a frequent viewer of his show. I know his show was extremely popular. So I really don't have a position one way or the other on his views. But one of the interesting things was that apparently there was a young lady that called in from Kentucky. And one of the things that he said when he was commenting with this young woman from Kentucky was that you would never get a Carl Price in Kentucky. Now, I don't know Kevin Samuels, never met him. I don't think I've ever met him. But since he said that about me, I'm gonna, do a wrap-up show for him, and it's not gonna be a disrespectful show unless y'all make it a disrespectful show in your comments. But I do welcome you to comment on what you think about Kevin Samuels, the man, the legend now. Some argue that he passed away broke, that he died broke, but he sparks a very, very interesting discussion in a lot of ways. I would tell you all that. I'm going to get to a screen here where y'all can see basically what I'm talking about. But he sort of, sort of a lot of things there that he. I'm going away from the camera. I'm sorry. You're lagging really bad. Okay. I don't know why I'm lagging really bad. And I apologize I apologize to y'all tonight for that. I have no idea other than I probably have to restart this whole system, which means I would have to go off the air to actually do that. So let me just play around with it just a little while. I appreciate my social media guy letting me know that. And if it continues, just let me know. And I probably would just have to end the show if I'm lagging too bad, if I'm going to be lagging most of the whole show. Because I'm not sure what is actually making us lag here, just back and forth. But in any case, I want to continue talking about Kevin. If the lagging continues, let me know, and I'll try to change some things here. But Kevin Samuels was a very interesting person. He was sort of like a spinoff of Steve Harvey, right? Because everybody knows that Steve Harvey gave relationship advice, but he had actually no relationship experience, not a degree. I mean, I don't know what qualifies you to talk about relationships. Obviously, clearly, if you've been in a relationship, you're qualified to talk about relationships. But I'm not sure. But in any case, he was a spinoff pretty much of Steve Harvey, and got a huge following on YouTube. I read somewhere where some of what he had was about he had basically about 299 million views of all of his material that he had put out. But anyway, a young man with a degree in chemical engineering. Now I'm sagging, y'all. I apologize for that. Let me just take a sip of wine, because I'm only doing this because Kevin did this on his show. This red wine, I gotta tell y'all, can y'all see that? Is it really red? Yeah. This red wine is really good in a champagne glass. I'll probably be asleep before I go off. But in any case, I welcome your comments. We're going to take you to Comment Central on the new setup here at Conscious Fever. But I want to talk about this guy here. Just want to tell you guys a little bit about him. Those of you all who didn't know him, who didn't follow him, I want to share this with you all. So, and let me just identify the source here. I think the source is The Guardian magazine, which is a magazine online, theguardian.com. If you've never checked out any articles on theguardian.com, please do so. And when you stop by The Guardian, make sure that you offer a donation. Well, let's talk about my man here. So, as a source of dating advice, many of you all know that Kevin Samuels would seem at, sort of a last resort for America's black women, right? On his YouTube show and podcast, Kevin criticized black women for being old and out of shape and for having children out of wedlock. He sneered at quote-unquote modern women who flaunted their multiple college degrees and boasted, of their independence. He also dripped these bombs or dropped a lot of bombs, actually in a very, very soft voice. I don't know if y'all have ever watched the show and saw his ambiance, but in the softest voice. He did that in a tailored suit. The mood, the lighting, with the funky kinetic energy sculptured on his desk. You all remember that. Yet many women not only tuned in to Kevin in droves, they queued up to zoom into his show, some in hopes of putting the self-made image consultant turned relationship expert in his place. When Kevin suddenly died on May 5th in Atlanta at the age of 56, as his star was still rising, his many detractors, though, reacted like munchkins at the feet of the wicked witch of the East. The overwhelming lack of sympathy for Samuels, whose mother, by the way, reportedly found out about his death as speculation raged online. It comes down to his profiting from dismissing single black women over 35 as leftovers, whose unrealistic desire for high-valued men would doom them to a lonely death. On a recent episode of the Fox Soul streaming show Cocktails with Queens, the actor Vivica Fox, right, called Kevin Death Karma Payback, right? She said that this man was a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, Vivica Fox said he insulted African-American women on a consistent basis. In a Mother's Day sermon, the preacher influencer Jamal Bryant indirectly singled out this high-powered man for allegedly needing a GoFundMe for his funeral. Believe it or not, that's what the rumor is. The many women in this preacher's congregation pretty much ate this up. Still, just as many black celebrities have rushed to defend Kevin, love him or hate him, said the actor Marlon Wayans. He spoke his truth. If you hated him, why tune in? The rapper turned comedian T.I. scorned the gleeful reactions of his death as a fucking travesty, while branding Kevin's haters as despicable and bullies. Whatever he did it, and he's gone. He got it. He got away with it, whatever it was. Besides his mother and daughter, Samuel's, Kevin is survived by his legion followers in his online community known as the Manosphere, a sort of digital bathhouse for naked pushback against feminist ideology and the reprisal of traditional gender norms. So I want to play y'all just a quick clip of let me get to a different camera here, and that way I can look at y'all as I do this. If it will let me do it. Yeah, it's going to let me do it. So anyway, I want to get y'all as I do this. So I'm going to play y'all a clip of Kevin, and I'm going to go to a different screen, and I want y'all just stick around here. Just check this out for a moment.
I need to really say this. I take no particular pride or pleasure in doing shows like this because I know it triggers certain black women. I know they do. I know some of them get pissed. I've heard women on YouTube saying things that they don't watch the show end to end. And I'm not going to, and that's not going to change anything because there are far more women and far women who are listening. And who are the recipients? The women who listen end to end and are saying, well, you've changed my life, you've helped me look at this way or that way, those women are benefiting. And guarantee when those women come into contact with men doing something, they all benefit. We're better off working with each other, trying to understand one another. You know, none of us are perfect. Certainly not me. I ain't shit. I got a lot of problems. It's like anybody else. We all got issues. But just like Ice Cube, when the brother steps up to do something, support. Find ways to support. Even if you have an issue with something it's doing, can you find 4 or 5 things about it that you like before you start off with the one thing you don't like? Because you cannot keep painting black men in this ain't shit box. They don't all fit there. And brothers are starting to push back and say, no, 51% of us are single and childless and 64% in the middle class. They're here. Can you interact with them just in a peaceful, civil way? If you never get married and never have kids, can you have a higher quality of life? Can you just be happy? Can you stop walking through life with your hands up ready to fight the reflection of you, the opposite sex reflection of you? I don't walk through life looking at black women as though they're my enemy. And I would hope that for the black women who this applies, you stop walking through life assuming that black men are somebody to challenge, there's somebody to overcome, to struggle against. We don't need that.
Now, I would think that would be a clip that would that would entice you in some way to actually like Kevin, right? But you know, believe it or not, that was pretty much not the case, right? Some still didn't like him. Some still didn't like him very much. What am I doing here, y'all? What am I doing here? Is this what I need? Nope, that's not what I need. This is what I need. Okay, but some really still didn't like him, and I thought that was sort of a profound statement that he made on there. Anyway, I'm told that I still have some lagging, so I'm gonna try to do what I can to try to get through this. If y'all would just bear with me. But Kevin used to casually draw on relationships and income statistics. He delighted in playing the role of market adjuster and scolding the average black woman for pursuing black men in the talented 10th. Okay, that is good-looking black men with minimum 6-figure incomes, no kids, no priors, and no hang-ups in bed. According to Kevin, guys mainly wanted women who were, quote, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive, close quote. He barely had patience for callers who defied that description and regularly played those clashes with them for laughs. And this was against the backdrop of black women having a tough enough time being taken seriously online, let alone settling down. But more than 30,000 people signed an online petition calling on YouTube and Instagram to deplatform Kevin Samuels, believing he had galvanized a community of men of all races and nationalities in the outspoken hatred of women. To many, Kevin Samuels' polished and spectacle and his outstanding presentation was little more than a pseudo-intellectual cover for a misogynist. Here's a quote. I think he has had an outsized impact on poisoning the social discourse between black men and black women around matters of love, dating, and intimacy. And that was a quote by the Rutgers women's studies professor, Brittany Cooper, who wrote, and she wrote that in a recent Facebook post. After Kevin Samuels used a clip of her talking about racism and fat phobia as an example of a low-value woman. Kevin said, I hope that the black women who like she said, I hope that the black women who liked Kevin's work stop letting the latest brother with relationship advice exploit your pain. But you know, Kevin Samuels' public persona wasn't always such a troll. He's a chemical engineering major who segued into a career in marketing. Kevin Samuels established himself on social media as a self-improvement coach and a tastemaker, the godfather of style, he called him. Is what he called himself. Hipping men to the coolest clothes, watches, and fragrances. But Kevin Samuels eventually saw the bigger audience for relationship content and quickly distinguished himself by doubling down on the negging techniques that, just really became a craze for the early aughts. It's a blueprint that launched the mainstream success of Steve Harvey. Before he was widely known as the host of Family Feud and the Miss Universe pageant, Harvey was writing plain-spoken relationship manuals for black women and spinning them into the box office topping Think Like a Man franchise. After one video sizing up a woman as average as best drew millions of views, Kevin Samuels was essentially rebooted as a relationship expert. In another off-shared video, he writes off a proudly curvy black female caller as running back sized. Yeah, he said that, like, you're bigger than Emmett Smith. But before his death, Kevin Samuels had amassed more than 1.4 million YouTube subscribers and more than 1.2 million Instagram followers. Mainstream renown wasn't much further off. Already, Kevin Samuels was a fixture of the black gossip blogs for his viral put-downs and for his interviews with people such as Nicki Minaj, Future, and the social media influencer Brittany Renner. Those same blogs were quick to hypothesize about the chaotic circumstances around Kevin Samuels' death. And Echo reports that the ultimate high-value man died broke. But his village of YouTube peers have rallied to debunk those rumors and rebuff what they characterize as efforts to defame Kevin Samuels in death. Mostly, they claim he was a tireless worker and a shrewd businessman who could be harsh, but all in the interest of uplifting the community overall. In a YouTube eulogy, Melanie King, a Kevin Samuels protege, who credits him for helping her rebuild from an agonizing divorce, likened taking advice from him to chewing broken glass. She says, we needed that. We needed that shock. She thought of Samuels more like a tough dad because, let's be honest, if he had not been so shocking to so many people, she said, would you even know about him? Period. Right? And that was just something that they were talking about, in terms of Kevin Samuels. Again, I'm going to take your comments here, and I see a couple of comments here. So I'm going to go to Comment Central here. If y'all want to join me here on Comment Central, just check us out here on Conscious Fever. Actually, they're telling me that I have to take a break. So let me just take a quick break, and when I come back, we're gonna talk about. Let's talk about this topic. Let's see if we can lay this whole ideal of what Kevin Samuels was all about to rest. I'm Carl Price. This is Conscious Fever on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. Entertaining you tonight, hopefully. We'll be right back.
This is Tatiana, and you are watching Conscious Fever.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
Louisville's finest, DJ Ice.
My village is vibrant, alive with the kinds of creators, makers, and visionaries that will shape us and our realities to come. Driven by the beats of new drums, this rhythm feels like alignment and divine timing. Our potential is now. Our stories are next. To be heard, to be known, to reimagine and remind we don't follow what's in or who's on. We define that. Creating space and making a way out of none. We will always find one. Historically fact, because we are your village, your vibrance, and your future. Historically black.
All right, welcome back to Conscious Fever here on ICE Entertainment Television and Conscious Fever Radio. I am Carl Price, your host. Coming back. I don't know why it won't let me come back. Something crazy is about to happen, y'all, so I'm going to go back to where I was. How about that? Let's see here. Okay, welcome back to Conscious Fever here on ICE Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I am Carl Price, your host. I'm not sure why this picture is dragging tonight, but, you know, there's always something going on here, so we'll see what we can do to work it out. But I'm going to go to our comment section here. I'm going to go to our comment section and see if we can talk about some of these comments. If you've got a comment, let your comment show. That's something old. I'm not sure why that went up there. But anyway, got a comment from Mr. Crook. Mr. Crook, first and foremost, congratulations on your run. You were not successful, like I was not successful, but it was good to see another black man running for this political world. He says, Kevin caught the world, let me bring that back up. Kevin caught the world off guard. He said what black men always said, but he brought it to the world. Sort of interesting. What do y'all think about that? Is that what he did, or did he do something else? Listen, let me give a shout out back to you, Trinita Maddox. Thanks for joining me tonight. And like this comment here, tough love works, right? Tough love works. Interesting thought. Interesting that you would say that tough love works, because I think that's true. I think that's true. And I think a lot of people agree with that, that tough love works. So let me come over here so we can clearly get the window. I'm not sure why I am lagging tonight, but it's always something here, y'all. But listen, I'm going to show y'all just some things here. I'm going to show y'all something else that I thought was really interesting about Kevin Samuels. Okay, some of what he did, and of course I can't get to it, but I'm going to show y'all one of his ATS All in the Delivery. 8's All in the Delivery. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm going to post your comments when I see them. You gotta help me understand this, Trinita. ATS, all in the delivery. Okay, all in the delivery. Tell me what you mean by that. I'm lost here. Okay, just gonna let you know. You lost me on that one. But I am going to. I'm gonna show you guys one of the clips here that I thought was really interesting that we found about Kevin. And let me see if we can get it back up here. But this is one where he's having a conversation with the young lady.
Guys and I feel like they don't.
It is actually not. I know y'all hear it, and I apologize for that. But it's actually not a very long clip. So I want y'all to just check this clip out real quick, and then I'll welcome your comments from it. Okay.
Dated like the average guys, and I feel like they don't treat me the way I need to be treated.
What do you mean?
The guys that I've like dated in the past, I would say like thuggish, kind of, in a way.
Young lady, a high value man is not a get out of jail free card, and it's not a meal ticket. Mm-hmm. A high value man is a job, a hard job. It's not a life of luxury. It's not a, ooh, buy me a BMW and I just get up in the morning while you go off to work and I just sit in the house all day and watch TV. That ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
You're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, working out, making sure that by the time you get back home, you got the kids' breakfast ready, kids ready out of the door, your husband's stuff ready to make sure when he goes off, so what he has to do to make sure that when everybody else leaves, that you get the house straight, get the meals prepped, get everything done, to make sure when the kids get back home, the homework gets done, to make sure when I come through the door that the meal is ready, the kids are ready to go, and all the money and shit that we're working to earn, you are doing all this other stuff. You wash, rinse, and repeat the rest of your life. It's not a life of luxury.
Do you believe that a woman that has stuff herself could keep a high value man.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah.
High
Because I
value
feel
men
like
don't want
sometimes,
independent women. You young ladies think this is like a fantasy.
not per se, but I know like when I even dating guys, when I tell them, you know, that I'm a surgical technician for right now, and I still want to like do more stuff and go back to school.
Where's your father?
He's in the medical field.
Is it your mother and your father?
Yeah, I was raised with both of them.
You don't involve your father in your romantic life.
I try to, but he's so like he's more high demanding than me. Like
Exactly,
you know?
because he knows what's out here. You need to listen to him instead of guys you don't know on Instagram.
Ooh. Okay.
You don't know me.
I don't, but I see you like
you have a father. Listen to your father. Do you think he loves you?
Yeah.
Did he put a roof over your head?
Yes.
Food in your stomach?
Yes.
Make sure you got out of high school, right?
Yep.
Got any babies?
Nope.
Good. He sounds like he did his damn job. Respect him. Stop worried about a high value man. Go get a regular guy like your dad. Sounds like that's what you need. Sound like he did his job. Bye bye.
I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place.
All right, welcome back to Conscious Fever on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio, Carl Price. Okay, so that was one of his clips, right? That was one of Kevin's actual shows. What do y'all think about that? Do you think he was too harsh on that young lady? Or do you believe that he had a show where he was inviting victims? Maybe I shouldn't call them victims. Inviting women who were the most vulnerable to come on and sort of air some laundry out to the world. And I'm not going to call it dirty laundry because, you know, when you're in a relationship or when you're looking for love, and when you're desperately looking for love, you can find yourself doing, you know, a lot of things to actually do that, right? And I find that a lot of people, you know, some women and some men, but we have found mostly women, you know, will go through a lot to actually do that. So I don't think that he was. Here's just my 2 cents on that particular clip. I don't think that he was that harsh on that young lady. I think he was just trying to make a point. I'm not sure what the point was, but I know I believe that he was trying to make a point. Here's another comment. Dr. Kia Pruitt. I never followed Mr. Samuels, but I find myself agreeing with what he says here. Ooh, okay. Yeah. I don't think you're the only one that actually agrees with him. I think there's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of people, Dr. Pruitt, because here's the thing here, right? He had only 357,000 subscribers, but his videos would get over 1 million views each time he aired one. Now, I don't know whether it was fair for some people to treat him the way that they treated him, particularly after his death. I mean, I read some comments where some people said, you know, we're happy that he's gone. We're glad that he's gone. Not only are we glad that he's gone, but we're glad that he's gone and we don't want him to come back. I mean, there were a lot of people who actually said that. And it's really, you know, sort of some interesting stuff here. So if you haven't checked him out, you know, before, I don't think his stuff is ever going to come offline because when people view it, you know, at the end of the day, somebody's getting revenue from it, probably his estate at this point. But Dr. Pruitt, go listen to some of what he says. I'm not sure if you will find all of what he said to be misogynistic, and then maybe you would. But apparently, you know, a lot of people do. I'm going to go back to Comment Central here. We are taught to be independent and educated, but men are not impressed with our accomplishments. Can you support him? Synergize with him, be feminine, be his peace. I'm going to stay right here just for a second on that comment, Dr. Pruitt. That's really interesting. So, Dr. Pruitt, let me pose this question to you. In terms of submissibility. Let's just talk about submissibility of a woman and submissibility of a man. Do you believe that a man should ever be submissive to a woman? A man should ever be submissive to his love mate at all? What are your thoughts on that, Dr. Pruitt? I'm just curious. Or is submissibility only something that is reserved for the female in the relationship? Just a thought. Because I know that there are some men who believe that if they're in a relationship without submissibility from the young lady that they're dating, then it won't be long before they get out of their relationship, right? And then, of course, I know some men who actually believe that that they had to offer some submissibility during the relationship, or the relationship would never last. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that, Dr. Pruitt? I'm just curious, because I know you have a very interesting opinion. I'm glad you came on, because I actually have something I want to show you. I actually, let me switch cameras here so I can make sure that we get the right thing for you. Let me see if I can switch cameras. It's going to ask me to unlock it. Hopefully it doesn't get me raw, or it gets me raw. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back here. So I found something of yours, Dr. Pruitt, and I thought it was really, interesting what I found. But it was almost about it was sort of about this same subject that we're talking about tonight, right? And I have to tell you that I'm not sure if I didn't necessarily agree with you with what you were saying, but what you were saying was rather interesting. I thought it was rather interesting. Okay, I'm right here. I'm sorry, I'm right here. I keep looking at this camera. It's right here. Okay, I thought it was rather interesting, and I wish I could pull it up. I don't know what I did with it. It was on TikTok. Well, you know what? I know what I did with it. Let me. I'm gonna find something for you, Dr. Pruitt. I want you to comment on this for me. Since you're here, that's okay. It might be in this one. It might be somewhere else. Okay. May not be in that one. Let me see if it's in this one. But I want you to comment on this, Dr. Pruitt, because I saw this and I thought it was really interesting. And unfortunately, well, I thought I saved it in my camera roll, but I didn't. But in any case, it was something really interesting that you said that I thought was really, really interesting about the relationship. The relationship. What you expect out of a man. But was Kevin Samuels really just simply talking about, or just talking in terms of what every man expects of a woman, the modern man today? Was his criticism of women who have these high standards really improper? In other words, he would make a point that if you have nothing, if you're a woman, you don't have anything going on for yourself, why are you still reaching for the sky, i.e. the six-figure professional black man to come and rescue you? And those are his questions. They're not mine, because I don't want to go in that. I really don't want to go down that road. Interesting thought here. Submission triggers people. But I think what men meant is that women should rest and let the man lead. I think a lot of people would agree with that, Dr. Pruitt. I don't think you're far off with that. Bring up the video, please. I want to see which one you agree with. Actually, it's on TikTok. It's the newest one that you put on TikTok. It's the newest one that you put on TikTok, and I will actually I'll find it during the break. When I take a break, I'll find it. Actually, I think I saved it on my phone. I'm sorry. I think I saved it on my phone, and I'll find it on my break. I'm going to have to adjust this because I know this is pretty big. Okay, here we go. Submissive is it carries a different weight with women today because we have to do everything in the home. Come back. Outside the home, with the car, without the car, with the children, when we're going to have it. I mean, I play, I listen, groan, and if a man knows his role, he knows what he needs to be doing. What do you think about that? Do you think men know their roles today? Do you think there is some confusion about the role of a man in a relationship when he's in a relationship with a woman? Do you think today that men of any age, do you believe that men today are confused in their roles? What do y'all think about that, Dr. Pruitt? Do you think men are confused in their roles today? Trinita, do you think men are confused in their roles today at all? I had somebody tell me that. To justify their argument that's why there are so many divorces here today, right? That's the reason that there are so many divorces, because men are in relationships with confusing roles today. Now, the flip side of that is that men are saying that women are playing confused roles in relationships today. So I'm not sure which one is actually right. Let's take a look. I'm going to go back to Comment Central, y'all. Trinita Maddox, I don't think a lot of men know, because they did not have a man around to show them that what their role is, and it's hard for a woman to sit back and relax when she knows he's incapable of handling everything. You really don't think men know their roles today, or do you really believe that you have to have a man in a household? You have to grow up with a man in a household to actually understand the role of a man in a relationship with a woman today? I'm just curious. Men are not confused in their roles. Women are. Ooh, you're going to have to explain that, Dr. Pruitt. Why don't you explain that to me? But I'm going to let you explain that and some additional comments when we come back. I'm going to take another commercial break, and then after this break, let me see. I'm going to take another commercial break, and after this break, we're going to come back, and I'm going to find this video of Dr. Pruitt on TikTok, and then we're going to play it for you. But I'm Carl Price. This is Conscious Fever. You're listening to us on Conscious Fever Radio and Ice Entertainment Television. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
This is Tatiana, and you are watching Conscious Fever.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
Louisville's finest, DJ Ice.
My village is vibrant, alive with the kinds of creators, makers, and visionaries that will shape us and our realities to come. Driven by the beats of new drums, this rhythm feels like alignment and divine timing. Our potential is now. Our stories are next. To be heard, to be known, to reimagine and remind we don't follow what's in or who's on. We define that. Creating space and making a way out of none. We will always find one. Historically fact, because we are your village, your vibrance, and your future. Historically black.
And welcome back to Conscious Fever on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. Men are not confused in their roles. Women are, is what you said. Dr. Pruitt, I'm going to find this. Let me see. Your username is Miss, Sirens seductive. Something like that, right? You're gonna have to tell me your name. Once you tell me your name, I'll find it. Let me see. Let me put this in. See if I can find this. P-R-U-I-T. Now you're gonna have to remind me of what your name is. I actually have it. I just can't. I just can't find it. I'm gonna go back to Comment Central here. Let's see. Men are not confused. They still provide and protect. I agree. It is women who want to work outside like men and be a boss chick, but then complain about being tired when they come home. I got that. I gotta go back to this comment. Boss chick. So, Dr. Pruitt, what do you say about men who prefer aggressive women? Is that like an inherent conflict that we're dealing with? I'm gonna look this up real quick as you tell me this, okay? Siren, C-D-C-T-R-E-S-S. There we go. I found you. But I'm not sure if this is your latest video. Okay, here's your new one. Okay, I'm going to cue that up for you, and I'm going to play it. So here's what I was talking about, Dr. Pruitt. Let me see. I'm going to go to the preview mode here. Oh God, what is that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, am I still there? Yeah, I'm still there. Okay. Whew. Y'all, this stuff never gets old. It doesn't matter how much you do to prepare to get it right. There's always something that actually would turn you the other way, right? And I swear when I tell y'all I can't make this stuff up. Anyway, here's my friend Dr. Pruitt. I'm going to. This is what I saw. This is the video that I actually agreed with. Check this out. Okay, Dr. Pruitt. Somebody told me that there was no sound. Let me see. It's 9:55. No sound on her video. Okay, no sound on her video. I give up. I don't know. It doesn't matter how much you try to prepare these shows. I see that. I see that. I don't know why it's not. Oh, wait a minute. No, it might be me. Somebody used to tell me all the time that it was user error. Let me see. Let me just see if I can do this here, y'all. It might be user error. I don't know. Let me try this again. Let me see if this works this time. Y'all tell me if this works this time. Oops, I'm going to comments. I'm going to actually go in here. Let me see. Still no sound?
Both in the real world.
I'm gonna start it over, y'all.
Hello, my sirens. Hello, my lovelies, sisters, priestesses, goddess. How are you? Let's play a little game. Let's play what I love about men. It's a fun game. Oh, please do join me. Okay, I'll go first, and then you write in the comments section what you love about men. Oh, I love their figure. I love their broad shoulders because their shoulders make me think of all the things they could carry, both in the real world and metaphysically. I love their chest and how wide and strong it is because when I lay my head on a man's chest, I feel so comforted. Oh, I love the arms of the man, how big and brawny they are. Even if they're thin, still they're longer and bigger than mine, and when they engulf me, I feel so safe. You know what else I love about a man? I love his voice, how authoritative and strong it is, because when he speaks, he moves mountains and things and situations move out of his way. Oh, I love the man's feet. And need I say why? I love the man's legs because when they're wrapped around me, I feel so comforted and reassured. I love a man's smell, even if he's out playing basketball. Oh, that smell of sweat really gets my juices flowing. Oh, it makes me think of him running up and down a court or throwing things and tossing things and tearing up stuff on my behalf. Oh, I love it when he's at work doing construction and the smell of the hard work and the sweat gets me excited and makes my nether regions moist. Oh, because it reminds me of how great men do when they build things and how, even though they say it's a man's world, he does it all for me. Oh, I just love everything I can think of about a man. I love the way he thinks and reasons because he thinks either black or white. He thinks in terms of one way or the other without necessarily involving all the emotions because being emotional is for me. And that makes us different. Oh, I love that when it comes time to making a decision and I don't know what decision to make, he can just step in and make it for me. And of course, I love how emotional I am because maybe sometimes he's a little too black and white. He's a little too concerned about the bottom line. And then I'll just add my 2 cents or my thoughts and say, honey, well, why don't we consider that? Or I don't want to hurt the children's feelings, or maybe we shouldn't do it because of this or that. But having him to be able to speak his mind, honey, and lay down the law, ooh, it gets me so excited. That's what I love about men. I love that when I'm vulnerable, he's strong. I love that he's okay with my femininity and softness. I love that I can get my way, darling, just by making a suggestion. Oh, I love the strength that I have too, but it wouldn't be strength without playing up against him and what he has to contribute. What do you love about men? Write it in the comments section and make mama proud. Mwah. Ta-da.
Kayvon Thibodeau, the football player, he didn't just arrive from nowhere. We put a lot of prayer into that boy, especially since he was a kid. I think God blesses people to be a blessing to others. He wants to make sure that he's able to give back.
Yo, check this out. All I am is a man with ambition to be the best. When I failed, it just gave me the vision to see the rest. Wasn't even ready when God gave me the test, so I pray you find love in the pieces of me that's left. You turn me up. Turn me up. Yeah, I pray you find love in the pieces of me that's left. Feel it in your soul that separates from your flesh. The nights that I cried alone, they taught me best. Anybody shine like this, they mighty blessed. But sometimes you gotta go through the dark to manifest.
Another one of me won't come around.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on, I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open Open the door! Cam! Come on, Cameron!
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
All right, welcome back to Conscious Fever here on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I've got to get out of here. I so apologize for the sagging tonight. I don't know. I can't explain it. This technology is in a world of its own, no matter how much you prepare. Sometimes it's just best just to pop in here and just do nothing. And then I'll just stick an iPhone in front of your face and just let it go, as opposed to dealing with all this other technology stuff. But anyway, I've got one more comment that I'm going to put on Comment Central, and then I am going to get out of here. Actually, a couple more comments. I'm going to have to replay. Yeah, replay that. I thought that was pretty good, what Dr. Pruitt was saying and what she was talking about. As a follow-up, men are still traditional. We sisters are no longer traditional, which has put the family in a precarious position and left our children with no one at home. Interesting. I've heard that before, Dr. Pruitt. Thank you for playing my video. What are your thoughts? My thoughts, honestly, of the video, Dr. Pruitt. I came back too quick. Anyway, my thoughts. By the way, okay. My thoughts of the video is that I think it makes a lot of sense. I honestly believe that it makes a lot of sense. The real question is, what is it going to take for us to get back to traditional relationships? Okay, when, as you say, and I'm defining traditional in your terms. So what would it take for us to get back there? Because the younger generation doesn't think like the chivalry man thought in the 60s and 70s. Like the 60s and 70s, right? You really just never know. Anyway, I got to get out of here. That's what I think, but we'll talk about it on another day. I'll let you come on when we talk a little bit more. Because June is pretty much our relationship month, and we're going to talk a lot more about relationships as we move forward during the month of June. So anyway, I'm Carl Price. This is Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. Thank you for watching me tonight. And again, my apologies for the lagging and the sagging. I don't know where it comes from. I'll get with the engineers and everybody who's responsible for that, and they'll figure it out. Good night. Have a good week. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend, right? It was right after this weekend 2 years ago when the protest started with George Floyd. Y'all remember that? Yeah, it was actually Memorial Day weekend. So anyway, we don't want to relive that. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Have a wonderful week. Be safe this weekend. If you drive, take extra money with you because the gas prices are out of the wazoo. If you fly, you're crazy. But that's okay. Some people have to do it because they have to get to where they need to go. Anyway, have a good week.
What do you see? Do you see a kid from Compton? I see a bright future. I see a city where anything can happen, where legacies are built. LA is special. The star power, the ideas, the energy. Opportunity in this city could still be 1,000,000 miles away. But that never stopped us. Because we bet on ourselves. We bet on each other. And that's the power of LA. She's a city that favors the bold, the dreamers, the risk takers, the ones willing to put it all on the line. The future belongs to those who believe in something they can't see, but can feel. Anything can happen here, and whatever does, it belongs to those of us who are made in LA.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price on 97thebeatfm.com.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it is. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me please. But he wind up knocking me back down on the knee. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. But now I think I'm able, Father, to carry on. And it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is.